Hello again, welcome back to part 3. Right, now as you can probably see, I have been grinding a little bit like I said I would, and we are now back with 47,000 souls. That sounds like a lot more than we could possibly need for levelling up. You're right, it is. 20,000 of that actually is going to be needed to buy the seal to enter the next area we're going to go. So hopefully you're going to need that many souls. I'll show you the route I used to grind it. I'm not going to grind it as long as I just did, but now my character has 26 large titanite shards, so we can finish upgrading our armor. Let's talk to this lady though. Now that we're using this, we can enter her covenant. Join the covenant? Yes. Right, we lose our sunlight covenant, but we join her covenant. This gives us a chance of saving the Knight Solaire later on. It's also a great pyromancy covenant. You then need to offer her your humanity. You need to give her 30 in order to open that back exit. I mean, it's an awful lot, but we do have a lot to spare. So I'm just going to offer her these two for now, and I'll keep our hard humanity for later. We'll finish leveling up once we get the chance later. Right.
Goodbye, Quaylad. Be safe.
If she's talking to us, that means we've still got the ring equipped. Yes. So let's put the rusted iron ring back on. If I'm going to show you the route to grind in order to get all of those large shards that you're going to need to upgrade all equipment, then I'd better be wearing poison resistance. You're going to basically have to accept that you're going to be poisoned, and you're going to outrun the poison essentially. It's a single loop that takes in as many leeches as possible while avoiding basically everything except about 2 flies. So you kill basically everything on that line, and some of them will give you large titanite shards, which is exactly what you need to level up. I've had to collect 26 because we've got 4 bits of armor to level up, each of which costs, well, was it 6 I think, plus 8 to level up our sword. So there's a lot to do with that regard. Ooh, don't touch them again. Sorry, the bang. My parents' cleaner is cleaning the door to their studio, which is what I'm using, which is nice of them. On the other hand, it is rather noisy. Were I well enough, I would move out of my parents' house. No more cleaners, but then I'd be well enough to do the cleaning myself. I wouldn't mind it. Right, moving on. I'm going to rest at the central bonfire because that is the closest to where we want to be, and it is where we will be looping back round to. So you can use up to and including all 10 Estus flasks in the single loop and not have to worry about your health, which is why you can just use those instead of poison curing yourself ever. Right, so this is where we're starting from. Going from here, look out straight ahead. You're going to kill those 2 flies. Basically, because whatever I've done, you will always encounter these 2 for some reason. Right, from here you can see a little lighter yellowish spot over there. That is our first leech. So we're going over this way. In this corner over here. Let them attack, then just swing. Now it pays to be very careful because the loot light doesn't show up terribly well on these things, because they are basically larger than the glowing spot, so keep a very close eye. You can probably tell I'm quite tired now from having ground out all of those shards. I mean, it shouldn't be tiring, but concentrating for long periods of time, it can be quite exhausting. Right, here's our next one. Just literally following the wall around to the right. You continue to do so, remember, keeping an eye out for the creatures. Following the wall again, and then you see the next group of leeches. If you can avoid their attacks, that's good. You just keep following this right hand wall. I mean, obviously you've got to move out away from it to kill the creatures. But then if you go back to the pile of rubble and follow that wall, there's that wall again. Right, here we go. Ooh, large titanite shard. That's what it will look like. As you can see, it's not terribly obvious, although it is. Right, wall turns corner, we follow it. Oh look, here's another leech. Right, now again, that wall is just a culvert there, so we keep following it along here. Then there's two over here. Try and let them get their attacks out of the way. Don't forget to keep your Estus high, because their attacks can still damage you while you're taking constant poison damage. Luckily, because of the equipment we're wearing, the poison damage is almost laughably small, but it does add up over time. So, very small damage. Oh, careful. As you can see, they're no laughing matter. And the chances of getting loot from them are not terribly high. The fact that when I was grinding, I was carrying 2 humanity increases your loot drop rate. If you are in human form, that increases your loot drop rate. So carried humanity, being human, increase your human drop rate, as well as if increase your item drop rate. If you've also found the covered serpent ring or the mimic hat, which is basically a chest with teeth for a hat. I mean, how cool is that? Or either of those things, but not both, can improve your item drop rate. So it's a good idea to have any or all of those running at once. Right now, if you followed that around, you can see that we're basically at yet another dead end. I mean, it doesn't look like it, but we can't go any further, so we keep following the wall around to the right. It's a very simple strategy, follow the right wall, but it does mean we end up only finding leeches, which is exactly what we want. That right back there was a dead end, but still, following the right wall, you come out of it. That's how you get out of a maze or navigate mazes most often, if you're in a desperate situation. Right, again, more of these here at the root of the tree. Still only 1 loot. I mean, you can expect that. You can probably imagine how long it's taken me to actually build up these 26 or 27 now over the last few hours. There we go, and we got 1 entirety, and that's the end of that loop. So now you just run straight back. There's nothing that will chase you beyond using a bonfire, like a Black Knight or anything. So just we're running straight back. We'll ignore the poison again. Obviously, drink Estus if you're growing low. There's no point wasting poison cures, because the bonfire will cure the poison status. But we're running all the way back. Pretty much a straight line, and then on our right should be the cave we want. Yes, there it is. Just ignore all the fiery spiders. They are of no concern. And there we are. Full loot back. We got a bunch more of everything we could want. Next step, of course, is to go buy that crest and level up all our equipment with Andre, who's the only one that can ascend the sword that we can now finally make it worth using. So let's re-equip it, because it's still the most powerful, you know, protection wise items we have. There we go. Naturally it's a lot slower, so you need to be more on guard for that, but as you increase your endurance stat, you will move much better within the armor. Endurance is not just your stamina, it is also how you move about wearing armor, how much weight you can carry, how much equipped weight you can carry, basically all those sort of things. Right, now we have been poisoned again. I'm just going to ignore it for now. We're going straight to another bonfire. We're going straight up to Andre's bonfire, although admittedly via the ruins of Londo. What are they called? You know. Brain's just dying. It's like, you've been doing this for hours. I want to rest, and I'm like, no, we must upgrade our equipment before we stop. Also, I would quite like to get into a position where next time we can just start exploring the second edge of Darkroot Garden rather than... Oh, yeah, let's just run away. behind the crest seal rather than having to do all of this at the beginning of the next episode, because it can take quite a lot. Also, Sif's in there somewhere, which will be, I'd say, a laugh, but not really. He's an interesting fight, to say the least. Powerful giant dog. And neck, and good. Right, up the ladder. Climb up. Up you go, mate. Good boy. You have to keep him on a tight leash, you know. Right, careful of the giants, because they're dicks. See? We really can't afford to lose any of these souls, because we need at least 20,000 of them. We do not need 0. Yep, okay, he's all distracted with yelling. Yep, you keep yelling, mate. I think I was better off not wearing the armour, just on account of the fact that I'm faster and more manoeuvrable. But luckily we've got past those without being dead. That is actually an achievement. Through the Valley of the Drakes, through the ruins of Old Orlando? Old Londo? Yeah. We'll see in a minute. And then up through Firelink Shrine, through the parish. Go to the ruins? New Londo ruins. This is the new Londo? It's pretty beat up for something that's new. I know, that's a bad joke. But, moving on. I love this armour, it just looks so badass. Right, the way to get off will always be the one without the chain. Right, after the parish will be just in Andre's little tucked away bit. Then we can level up all our gear to like level whatever it is, infinity or something it feels like, and go through Dark Route and open the seal. Thought I saw a green flash then. I mean, it's entirely possible, but it would be unusual. Video card artifact or something, I would guess. Aha, here we are. I feel almost pregnant carrying these. Sorry, pregnant carrying these 50,000 souls, because they're so delicate, and with the slightest death, I know that sounds odd, but the wrong hit from any enemy could end me and mean I have to run back for them, and then I only have to fall off a cliff or something silly to have lost them all permanently. Which is the sort of risk-reward aspect of this game. These I'm not too worried about. I mean, they are basically they're not much more than those hollowed who have given up and are laying around in New Londo. They've just got a hat and a shield and a sword, and then get eviscerated about as easily. I guess they try and put up a fight. It's more than the ones in the New Londo ruins actually do. Right, now we're going to rest at this bonfire. Not going to level up at it yet, because I don't know how many we're going to have left over after upgrading and after buying the seal, which we need. Right, so let's go see Andre. Well, hello. Yep, shut up. Purchase item. Right, we need the Crest of Artorias. Yes, we only need one. You only sell one, so, you know, that's fine. Modify equipment. We can now get our Claymore +6. In fact, we can get... No. Sorry. Reinforced weapon. We can get a lot better than that. We can do Claymore +7. +8. And I believe +9. Yes. Oh, plus 10 as well. Yes, well, thank you very much. Plus 10 Claymore. That is going to be absolutely amazing. I don't think we can level it up any further. No, we can make it... We can downgrade it, which I'm not sure why anyone would want to do. But we can't upgrade it any further. Good. Right now, reinforce armor. So we don't want to do the knight stuff by accident. You want the elite knight. And the elite knight can go up to plus 6 with the equipment we're carrying, but after that we need titanite chunks. So elite knight now plus 6, 5, 6, and we should have just enough to do that one as well. Absolutely. Right, well that's good. So now we are absolutely rolling with amazing equipment. The only thing we can't do is our shield, but I'll find some more stuff later to upgrade those with, I'm sure. Let's just skip through these somewhere. Yeah, we would need 2 more to get the shield up to plus 5. Oh well, I'm sure we can sort that out later.
Neither of us want to see.
No, nobody wants to see anybody go hollow generally in this game. That doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Right, that is now 206 base damage, or 286 versus our 200. So it is significantly better, and I will now be using that. So this is probably the point at which we switch. And of course, not forgetting that our thrust distance is huge. Granted, it's a lot slower. There may be situations that we're going to need to adapt to and switch up a bit by switching back to the dragon sword. Really can't be helped. But as you can see, we now have quite a few souls with which to level up when we get to the bonfire. The other end, I should say. Don't forget that these guys can be pretty hard. A good impalement never really seems to worry me. Right, maybe we can... Let's see what the light attack does, how many of those it takes on these guys. Use that as some kind of... 2 of them, that's not too bad, I think. That is still better than the Dragon's Tail sword was doing. But let's still use the one-hit kill because it's brilliant. It just looks good. Also, we don't have to faff around. In case you were wondering, when killing the leeches I was using the heavy attack almost constantly. It is definitely the easiest way to kill them. You can one-hit them with the dragon sword with the heavy attack. I will, when we get to Anolondo, be looking to get Quilag's sword, but not so much because it does stupidly high amounts of damage or anything, but because helpfully it does lots of fire damage, and fire damage can be quite useful versus specific enemies. Right, now we know that these souls are ours free and clear. Let's level up a bit more. So we definitely want more endurance, actually, and one more strength. We can level up our vitality a little bit more later, but let's go for endurance and strength now. And if we look, what's up? That puts our stamina up to 119, equip load to 64, and right weapon up 2 points of damage, as well as obviously all our physical defense. So that, I'd say, is perfect for right about now. Let's open this door, have a look around the garden a little bit, and then I'll call it a day. There are a lot of mano-a-mano annoying fights in here that respawn, so you're going to have to get quite good at fighting one-on-one. For starters, this guy... Oh, no, hold on. This guy over here is a one-shot fight that doesn't come back. It is helpful to have magic resistance when fighting that magic guy. Whoa. Yeesh. Now this is the difficult bit, I should say, because that never respawning guy is there. We're going to have to try and take him out on his own. I completely forgot he was there at all. Right, so for this, let's look for the... Grasscrest does 95% damage. What's the magic protection on that? That's 30. What about that? That's still 30, so it really makes no difference except for the fact that our heater shield is, hold on, more physical damage total. So we're probably better off with this. First things first, however, let's grab our souls and then see if we can't pull the knight guy on his own without alerting the mage, so that we can have that knight fight. Is he about somewhere? There's the mage, I believe. Yeah, there's the mage, so where's the knight? I hear him now. Did it? We pulled him on his own. Wow, hard. With this guy, I think most of my attacks are reactionary. As in, he attacks and then I respond in kind. As you can see, we can get him from a long way away with this sword. And that's him dead. Right, he won't be coming back, luckily. 3,000, and this is a great way to level up your character because of how much all of these fighters give you. Right now, there's a mage in here. There he is. There's also a rogue and all sorts of other guys. If you can get yourself completely out of line of sight, he'll give up shooting because he can't hit you. Come on, mate. I know this works because I've done it enough times. Okay, right. Is he giving up? Oh, come on, you can't just give up and not run towards me. That's just not how the game works. Well, alright then. We'll indulge him, he's not a great shot. We have got the legs on him though. Now watch out though, you will aggro the rogue. If you can push him back towards the cliff, he will in fact run himself off the cliff. Oh, come on, you idiot. You're not actually hurting me. And of course there's always parry and riposte. £2 just for that? Well, I'll take it, but it's almost like cheating. And they respawn, so you can come back and kill them as many times as you like. Not actually going to waste time doing that. Right, there are things over here that are equally as daunting as anything else in this forest, so be very wary. This is the forest you may have seen earlier that I will have warned you about, that you climb up the ladder beside the waterfall to reach. Right, now again, this area, I mean, big glowing loot on the edge of a cliff. What do you think it is? It's a trap, obviously. Just like it's not a giant trap with giants. Actually, they're lucky that I can take them out in one and they don't have to suffer the pain of death. Wow. Damn, they hit hard. Well, I'm going to wrap the episode there, I believe. Thanks ever so much for watching. Next time we'll go collect those souls again and smash our way through that garden and kill the giant wolf pup Sif. I hope you'll join me. You can always subscribe if you want videos to pop up on your feed. You can tweet at me at @zine, or leave a comment or a like or dislike. Tell me what you thought of the video. And I do hope to see you next time. Thanks very much for watching.